Good evening. Tonight we are doing something completely different. On our gin channel, we normally review gins, but today, after some debate, I've managed to get Malcolm to review vodkas, and they really are the basis of all gins, which is how I actually managed to get him to do this video. He is going to blind test these 4 vodkas. Skull Vodka, which is Dan Aykroyd's vodka, comes in a really neat bottle, and I've never actually even opened it yet. I have tried Skull Vodka. So I bought this because of the bottle, and it sits under a giant dome I have. Finlayer vodka from Finland, which is pretty classic and standard. I don't know if I say this right. Svetlo, it's from the Ukraine. There are no Russian vodkas here today. And finally, this is Malcolm's alcohol base that he's distilled at home in his T400 to make gin from. This is how it is before it goes through its second run with the botanicals. They're all grain. This one says barley, but I think they're all grain. So I'm going to pour these out into little taste glasses, and he won't know what is what. I'm going to try and hide it from him. I'm not even sure whether to go what I think will be the best to the dodgiest, or mix it up. This one we bought for our wedding, and it makes a really good base for cocktail mixes if you are doing cocktails en masse. There is a good price point of our friends and some of the quite seasoned drinkers, and nobody had any issues with it. We got this from More Wilson's. So price-wise, Skull Vodka, which I think is maybe even over $100 now. Crystal Skull is 40% ABV. Finlayer, which I think sits about 60. This is 37.5 ABV. Svetlo, this is maybe $50. This one is a 40% ABV. And this has been distilled to 40% ABV. In this bottle, it's actually 50%. Malcolm's actually taken some aside and distilled it down because he likes it a little bit higher when he's running it through its second run with the botanicals to make it gin. Anyway, wish me luck. I'm not too sure what to expect, and I'm going to try them at the same time, even though I know what they are, just for my own sanity. And vodkas don't smell. It's all going to be down to the taste. Cheers! When I pulled this one out, I found it quite interesting. It's got like a little plastic thing there to make it a bit easier to pour. The rest aren't quite that sophisticated. We've got Finlayer, Crystal Skull, Svetlo, and Malcolm's Little Magic, which we could just say Malcat Vodka. Going to go get Malcolm, and we'll see how this flies. What are you looking at?
The bottles of vodka.
Well, don't. Close your eyes. Welcome back.
Hi.
So here we are with our 4 vodkas, or neutral spirits, as you like to say, and you believe that there's really no difference between vodkas?
No, that's not what I say.
What do you say?
The vodka's just, it's like the caterpillar wanting to
be a gin.
To be a gin. It needs to go into its pupa and grow into the beautiful butterfly of gin.
Pupa. I feel like pupa is such it's a triggering word, pupa.
Okay. Anyway, moving right along.
So we're going to start at this end. So don't think you have to drink that whole lot, and hopefully you don't.
Planning to.
You might want to go back and forth and try and decide what's what.
We've got Finlandia. Mm-hmm. We've got that Ukrainian vodka.
Svetlo, I think. Crystal Skull. God.
Crystal
Skull vodka from Canada. It's Dan Aykroyd's.
And my homemade vodka.
And I couldn't for the life of me remember what you did your mix with for that one.
Yeah.
Was that the tomato?
No, it's Teddy's fast fermenting vodka. So it's part sugar wash, but it also uses bran. So it should have a mild, wheaty flavour. Like a grain vodka.
I believe they are all grain vodkas. Finlay that said barley grain, but I thought grain was grain. But
as a Scotch drinker, I find that offensive. Am I trying to guess which one's which?
Yeah, but also probably what's your favourite after it's,
right. Okay. It's almost got a fruity quality to it. Well, that's a lot harsher and sharper. More like the first one. Okay.
Okay, I haven't even had the second one, have I?
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I could cheat here because I think that one's the homemade one.
Why do you think you're cheating?
Because I say, I like that one. And then you say, that's your one.
No, what makes you think that's the homemade one?
It's got quite a different flavour from the others, and it's got that slight wheaty flavour from the brand. I think it's one of these two. Hang on. I find the taste profiles of those two quite similar, but I think probably that one's my favourite. That one would be second. Quite like this one as well. This one I find just a little bit harsh for my taste. A little bit sharp. That's if I'm drinking them straight. So
yeah, maybe I should have brought something else down to have them with to see what would you normally drink vodka with if you're going to drink vodka?
let's see. It would be gin, Bacardi, Cointreau, and white tequila, lemon juice.
What do you mean a Long Island?
Long Island iced tea.
You're going to get lit.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you...
yeah, so probably the things I use vodka for, other than making gin, yeah, Long Island iced teas, espresso martinis, Black Russians, but I haven't made a Black Russian in a long time.
Vodka, colour and Coke.
Yeah, something like that. There's no such thing as a vodka martini, so don't start.
There is. Martin made me one.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
Vodka and orange screwdriver.
So
what do I win? With
you win free vodka.
Yeah.
Free vodka for 1 year. Tell me what you think is what.
I think that one's my one. Then I think, what have we got? Finlandia and Skull. I've never tasted a Skull before. I'm going to say that one's a Skull, and then these two, I don't know, Finlandia and then the Ukrainian one.
Holy shit. You got to bang on.
But
and not only that, but I'm really annoyed because I totally agreed with you on those taste profiles that these two were softer and a bit easier drinking and something nice. This one was a bit more harsh. This is 37.5% and this is 40%. So it was a jump up.
Yeah. Not a massive jump, but yeah, enough.
Some will say that, 2.5% is significant. I mean, you think about that in wines or beers, that 2.5% one can kick you on the ass.
Especially a light beer between those two.
If you were going to make a compound gin out of these, which would you?
Well, I'd probably start with one of these two. Based on the fact that the flavour profiles of these two are quite similar, I know the Ukrainian vodka is cheaper by the bottle, and of course we like to support Ukraine.
I did say there's no Russian vodkas here.
No Russian. Yeah, struggling to find one on the shelves actually. Not that we would buy it if we saw it. It was just interesting to note.
We've got backwards.
Do something about the drinking problem.
Fade the launch. That one's quite yummy. That's quite yummy.
It is. And this is my first time making this neutral because it is a cleaner flavour and it's a more pleasant flavour. So it's a good base for gin. But I find that one a little bit harsh. I think for as a base for making gin, any of those three. As a base for cocktails, any of those three. Yeah. Certainly we use this one for batch making cocktails at our wedding, and it proved a crowd pleaser. So.
Well, I mean, do canned vodkas change over time? Because that Crystal Skull vodka, would possibly be like close to 10 years old.
It shouldn't do, not in the bottle. So
I don't know what we're going to do with these now. Like, that's a lot of vodka.
Let's make gin.
What, just pour it into a thing to put it still? Well, you could actually.
You could. There's a plan. I think that might be a new plan for a new video.
What's that?
Making gin. The old-fashioned one. Coming to a
YouTube near you.
Coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Gin is a win. Vodka is a...
Gin is a win. Vodka's a distant second. See you next time.
please like and subscribe.